Okay, so I think there must be any problem when I was recording your class 12 video of chemistry, last video. There must be some problem of the net. So I'm really doubtful whether this activation energy part really got recorded or not. So I will just repeat it. If you have listened, then just keep and go ahead in the video. I'll just repeat it. The minimum extra amount of energy absorbed by the reactant molecules so that their energy become equal to threshold energy is called the activation energy. Okay, the minimum amount of energy means, suppose whatever amount of energy the molecules have to absorb so that the average energy becomes the threshold energy, so that their collision becomes effective, so that due to that collision it gets converted into products. That amount of energy which is absorbed from outside or which is required to for reaching the threshold energy is known as activation energy. Activation energy is equals to threshold energy of the molecules minus average energy. Suppose, forget about the fraction of the molecules that I had discussed, just think that this is the what we can say average energy, okay, and this is the threshold energy. So threshold energy minus the average energy is known as the activation energy. This difference in the x-axis is the activation energy, this much energy. So look, this is the activation energy, and when the temperature was at T degrees Celsius, this was the activation energy. So you can understand that increasing the temperature lowers the activation energy. At first the average energy was this here and the average energy was here, so the threshold energy is here. So this was this difference, this big difference was the activation energy. Now this is the activation energy. So what is the activation energy? Activation energy is the minimum energy required to reach to the energy threshold energy so that the collisions become effective. So because increase of energy will increase what? Velocity of the reaction, and increase of the velocity of the reaction will increase the definitely the threshold energy, okay. So the minimum amount of extra amount of energy to reach to the threshold energy. So I hope that you understood this activation energy part. Now lower the activation energy, faster is the reaction. Higher the activation energy, slower is the reaction. Obviously, increasing the temperature lowers the activation energy, and as because the activation energy is the lower, the rate of the reaction will be faster. And is because the activation energy is higher, the rate of the reaction will be lower. Definitely, if the activation energy is higher or the difference is higher, more amount of energy needs to be absorbed to go up to a threshold energy so that the collisions become effective, so that the reaction occurs. Okay, so that required time. Okay, at the beginning of the chapter also I told you that the rate of the reaction differs for different reactions because of the energy considerations, because they have different amount of energies into consideration. So that is the thing that you should understand here, that there is a big difference of the energy, okay, and the rate and the time required to reach the overcome the activation energy or reach to the threshold energy is more, and as because it is less, and increasing of the temperature lowers the activation energy, that we understand. But just imagine that this is for one reaction, this is for different reactions, so activation energy is more, less. So what happens? The time required in case of less activation energy is less. So the rate will be higher for lower activation energy. Now if you plot the this thing, the activation energy against the progress of the reaction, the energy of the reactants is here, the energy activation energy of the the energy at the, this is not the activation energy, this is the energy of the reactants, this is the threshold energy, sorry, this is the threshold energy, so where the reactions become effectively colliding, okay, minimum amount of energy, and the difference is the activation energy, okay. So this is the this is the energy of the products. I hope that you understand. And what happens? This difference, energy of the reactants and the energy of the products have a difference. This is different thing. But the activation energy is the difference of the energy of the threshold state and the energy of the reactants. You remember one thing, intermediate state, you can understand better from this. Intermediate state or activated complex state. Intermediate state or activated complex state is this state. This is the activated complex state or intermediate state, if you remember this explanation of mine. Okay, where the new bonds are being made up and the old bonds are being broken down. Okay, so the new bonds are being made up and the old bonds are being broken down. So this particular state that you are seeing, this is the, what we can say, is the intermediate state. Okay, now where do you you find the intermediate state? Intermediate state occurs when the collision occurs, definitely. Okay, so when the collision occurs, so that means collision, effective collision occurs when they reach the threshold energy. So at this point, you will find the activated state or the activated complex state or the intermediate state, which then get converted into the products when they separate up. When they separate up, they got converted. So this is the energy of the reactants. In this state there is the threshold energy is there, and this. So difference of these two states is the activation energy. I hope that you understand this particular thing. So this is quite easy to understand. I hope that you have understood, and I really look forward to your better understanding. I will ask you a simple question here so that the thing becomes very, very clear to you. The simple question that I want to ask you here is that fuels, when you heat, when they receive heat, they react. And the reaction is what? C plus O2 giving CO2. Simple reaction. When the fuels are, it is a much more feasible reaction, and its delta G gives free energy, change in is highly negative. So that means it is a very feasible reaction. So now what happens is that in this case, it's because this is a feasible reaction, but the reaction does not occur by its own. What happens? The fuel molecules are there, and it's when the molecules are there, the molecules are not at its threshold energy of the collision. Are you getting my point? When it is coming in contact with air, still it is not burning. Now, what would happen? All the fuels in this world would have burned up the entire world. But does that happen? Until and unless you supply little bit of heat. Okay. And when you supply little bit of heat, the fuel molecules, with the help of that heat, rise up and go into the threshold energy or covers up the activation energy, and the air molecules or the O2 molecule, oxygen molecule and the carbon molecules reach into an activated complex state, and they start reaction. And when they start reaction, they are exothermic reaction and release a certain amount of heat, and with that heat the other molecules reach the activated state or the threshold energy and overcome the activation energy, and hence the reaction proceeds. Otherwise, being a feasible reaction also, it doesn't react by itself. So this is one kinetic study of the fuels. I hope that you understood. Okay, so that is the thing. Now we are basically at the end of this chapter. Now one more thing that we will understand is the dependence of rate constant on temperature and relation to it with the activation energy. Okay, so dependence of, this is a new topic, dependence of rate constant with the reaction rate, dependence of rate constant with the temperature. Actually, my head is not working. I have been too much perplexed, because of the net thing. Anyway, dependence of the rate constant with the temperature and relation with activation energy. This is done by Arrhenius equation. Okay, this is done by whose equation? Arrhenius equation. A-R-R-H-E. Okay, N-I-U-S, Arrhenius equation. Now let us study the Arrhenius equation. If you study the Arrhenius equation, this relation will become entirely clear to you. Let us try to understand. Okay, see. Quantitatively, if we look, the effect of temperature on the rate of reaction, and hence the rate constant K, the effect of temperature T on the reaction rate constant K. So temperature is T and K is rate constant. Okay, and according to Arrhenius proposed a reaction equation. K is equals to A into e to the power minus EA by RT. Now I think something related to this you had got in the previous video, huh? This this particular reaction, where is it? K is equals to Z into e to the power e minus. So in place of collision frequency, it is Pz is combined. Okay, collision frequency and the what we can say orientation or steric factor. These two combined karke there is a. Okay, K is equals to A into e to the power minus EA by RT. I hope that this part was explained well. Okay, and K is equals to A. What is A? A is the pre-exponential factor. Here it is known as the pre-exponential factor. Okay, so it is the pre-exponential factor. I hope that you understand this. Now what happens is that it is also called frequency factor. Pre-exponential factor. Pre-exponential naam keno? Ei je exponential er samne. And it is also known as the frequency factor. And I hope you understand why it is called the frequency factor, because it is actually the multiplication of Z and P, the orientation factor and the collision frequency. I hope that you remember this thing. And here EA, that is the minimum energy, is replaced at this place. What was E? If I go at this place, it was the minimum energy required for threshold energy, and it is little bit changed here. It is the activation energy. EA is the activation energy. So EA is what? Activation energy. So E is the, and T is the temperature at a particular temperature, and R is the gas constant. So I hope that you understand this particular concept. Okay, and what is what? Now let us take the logarithm. Okay, suppose we take K is equals to what? A to the power, A into e to the power minus EA by RT. Now if you take the log base E on the both side, log base EK is equals to log base E A into e to the power minus EA by RT. Okay, so what will happen is, it is according to mathematics, it will be like this. Log. Now I will have to skip the middle steps. You please consult your mathematics teacher about the middle steps, because you have to consult. You are studying science. Okay, middle steps, how it occurred, I cannot discuss here. It will take too long and too long of research by me. Okay, so I means for me it will be I have to see the book, so I will just skip. I will just tell you the the basic whatever we require in chemistry. So you consult your mathematics teacher that from this line how this line came. Okay, and if you know, then it is so very good. So log, it will be log A minus EA by RT. This will be, when you take the log, it will be like this. Okay, so from this K is equals to A into e to the power minus EA by RT, you get log base EK is equals to log base EA minus EA by RT. So now if I again write it down, so you get log base EK is equals to log base EA minus EA activation energy by RT. Now let K1 be rate constant. Now from here it is easy to understand. Rate constant at temperature T1, and let K2 be rate constant at temperature T2. So what do you obtain? Equation 1, log base EK1 will be equals to log base E A minus EA activation energy by RT1, and you will get log base EK2 is equals to log base EA minus EA by RT2. Okay, sir, in different temperature, why is the activation energy you are not writing different? Because in two different equations I am changing the K and T, automatically the EA will be related. Okay, this two K is dependent on directly on T. Okay, and as because the T is changing, definitely in this test TA we will get one EA, in this test T2 you will get one EA, but TA and K1 you have changed, both will affect each other and keep the activation energy as the nature of the reaction. So in that case I will have to keep them constant. Now what happens is I will subtract these two. So subtracting one equation, the second equation from the third, taking this one is the bigger value, log k2 minus log base e k1 is equals to, it will come, if you subtract, this is equation 1 and this is equation 2, subtract equation 2 from equation 1. When you subtract equation 2 from equation 1, you will get log base e minus log base k1 is equals to minus e by, subtract it, you will get it, this will be cancelled. Okay, so you will get minus ea by rt2, okay, because it is at the top, and you will get minus ea by rt1, subtracting. Okay, so you get log base e k2 by k1 is equals to ea by rt1 you will get here, because minusing here one minus sign will be there, because this will be at the top, so this is coming at the first, this is cancelled, and this is minus, it will become plus, because this is at the bottom, log base e q1, so minus, so it will be ea rt1 positive minus ea by rt2. Okay, so you get this. So if you take log base e k2 by k1 as common, you take ea by r as common, and you get 1 by t1 minus 1 by t2. And so this is your dependence of temperature on the rate of the reaction, where activation energy is thought of as constant. Keeping that constant, how temperature and rate of the reaction or the rate constant is related. Now if you want to change the log base e, then that is a different thing. If you want to make a log k2 by k1, then it will become e by 2.303 r, because it will be 2 multiplied by 2.303 this side, because you have changed e to log base 10, so it will be r, and then what will happen, the other things will be same, 1 by t1 minus 1 by t2. So I hope that you understand this thing. Thus, knowing the values of rate constants, if you know the value of the rate constants k1 and k2, two different values of t1 and t2, the value of ea can be calculated, isn't it? If you know the two different rates at two different temperature, if you know the T2 and T2, if you know the K2, K1, you can calculate the activation energy of a particular reaction. Okay, alternately, knowing the rate of the reaction at a constant one temperature, its value at another temperature can also be calculated, provided EA is known for that reaction. Okay, if you know the EA and rate constant and these two for one reaction, and the other reaction is given, okay, so suppose at what temperature it is occurring and one, okay, so in that case also it can be understood. Okay, so I hope that you understood this thing. Okay, so what are the things that you can find out? You can find out number one, EA when K2, K1, T2, T1 is given, or you can find if the rate constant, that is K1 or K2, okay, if other values, if EA is given, EA and other values are given. So I hope that you understand this particular concept. So this is just a mathematical concept. Now justification of this particular equation, this equation का एक justification होना चाहिए. There should be a justification. Now let me take the first equation, this one, okay, and let me try to justify this. What is it? Log base EK is equals to minus EA by RT plus log base EA. So log base E K is equals to log base E A minus EA by RT. Now if I want to plot, suppose I want to plot one against the other, that is I want to plot the log base ek, that is the rate constant with temperature. So not plotting directly temperature, let me plot 1 by t. Sir, why directly plot temperature? No, because beta here is 1 by t, so it will be shubida. Okay, so I hope that I will plot 1 by 2. So y is equals to, I have to bring it in the form y equals to mx plus c. So this is my x, okay, and this is by y. So basically log base e, এটা হচ্ছে this is your what we can say the y, this is your x, তাই না? তো log base e k is y, y এর জায়গায় y আছে, ভালো কথা। আর mx it should be mx plus c, no, y is equals to mx plus c স্ট্রেট লাইন পাওয়ার জন্য। তাহলে y is log base e k, ঠিকই আছে, x is 1 by t, তো mটা কি, mটা হচ্ছে মাইনাস ea বাই r, তাই না, ইন্টু 1 by t, আর এক্সটা হচ্ছে সিটা হচ্ছে লগ বেস ই এ। তার মানে এখানে তুই পাবি লগ বেস ই এটা, ঠিক আছে? তার মানে ওয়াই ইজ ইকুয়ালস টু এম এক্স প্লাস সি, স্লোপটা হচ্ছে এম ইজ ইকুয়ালস টু মাইনাস ই এ বাই আর, ঠিক আছে? যদি তুই এখানে লগ বেস ই কে না প্লট করে, এখানে যদি লগ বেস ই কে না প্লট করে শুধু লগকে প্লট করিস, তাহলে তোর স্লোপ হয়ে যাবে মাইনাস ই এ বাই 2.303 আর, কারণ কি এটা তখন যদি তুই এটা নর্মাল লগারিদমে কনভার্ট করিস, তাহলে তো এখানে 2.303 আসে না একটা, সেটাই বললাম। ওকে, দ্যাট অনলি আই এম সেইং, so which was evident here, which I have taught here, okay, so that only I am saying. So anyway, বা এমনি নিলে যদি এখানে লগ বেস ই কে প্লট করিস তাহলে স্লোপ তোর এটা, কিন্তু যদি তুই লগ কে প্লট করিস তাহলে কিন্তু তোর স্লোপ এটা, ভুললে চলবে না, ঠিক আছে? কারণ তুই যাই হোক, কারণ তুই এই ইকুয়েশনটাকে, এই যে ইকুয়েশনটাকে, এটাকে যদি তুই অন্যভাবে লিখতি, মানে লগ কে ইজ ইকুয়ালস টু লগ বেস ই এ প্লাস মাইনাস, তাহলে তোর হয়ে যেত ই এ বাই 2.303 আর ইন্টু 1 বাই টি, এরকম হয়ে যেত, কারণ এটা লককে হয়ে গেছে। তো যাই হোক, সো দ্যাট ইজ দ্য থিং। তো ওয়াই ইজ ইকুয়ালস টু, তাহলে এটা নেগেটিভ যেটা দেখা যাচ্ছে দ্যাট ইজ আ নেগেটিভ স্লোপ, তার মানে লাইনটা নিচের দিকে নামবে, নেগেটিভ অ্যাঙ্গেল ক্রিয়েট করবে, এরকম। তো ঠিকই আছে, নিচের দিকে লাইন নামলো অ্যাকর্ডিং টু স্লোপ, টি এর সাথে প্লট হয়, এরকম স্ট্রেট লাইন তো পাবি, কারণ ওয়াই ইকুয়ালস টু এম এক্স প্লাস সি স্যাটিসফাই করতেছে। এখানে তো লগ বেস ই আছে, এই ইন্টারসেপ্টটা হচ্ছে লগ বেস এ ই এ, তাই লগ কী প্রমাণ হলো এখান থেকে, লগ বেস ই এ is actually a particular log base ek only, okay, so at a particular value. তো যাই হোক, দ্যাট ইজ দ্য ইন্টারসেপ্ট, হ্যাঁ? তাই তুই এরকম ভ্যালু পেলে তো ঠিকই আছে। তো কে যখন কে বেশি তখন 1 বাই টি কম, তার মানে টি বেশি, 1 বাই টি ইজ হাই, 1 বাই টি ইজ হাই অ্যাট দিস পয়েন্ট 1 বাই টি ইজ ভেরি হাই, কে ইজ লো, ঠিকই আছে। তো 1 বাই টি ইজ হাই মানে টি ইজ লো, টি ইজ লো মানে কে লো, কারণ কি টেম্পারেচার যত বাড়াবি রেট কনস্ট্যান্ট তত বাড়বে, টেম্পারেচার যত কমাবি রেট কনস্ট্যান্ট, রেট অফ দ্য রিয়াকশন তত কমবে। তো সেটাই ততক্ষণ ধরে বুঝাইছি, রেট অফ দ্য রিয়াকশন ইজ ডিপেন্ডেন্ট অন টেম্পারেচার, টেম্পারেচার যত তুই বাড়াবি রেট অফ দ্য রিয়াকশন তত তোর বাড়বে, টেম্পারেচার যত তুই কমাবি রেট অফ দ্য রিয়াকশন তত তোর কমবে। তাহলে টেম্পারেচারের সাথে রেট অফ দ্য রিয়াকশনের একটা ডাইরেক্ট গ্রাফ হওয়া উচিত, সেটা কার্ভড গ্রাফও হতে পারে, কিন্তু এখানে 1 বাই টির সাথে তার মানে ডাইরেক্ট স্ট্রেট লাইন এরকম নিচের দিকেই নামবে, ঠিকই আছে। তারপর 1 বাই টি সবসময় এটা ভাবে না যে 1 বাই টি কমতেছে মানে টি বাড়তেছে, তাহলে কে আর টি ডাইরেক্টলি রিলেটেড, তাহলে এটা জাস্টিফাইড হয়ে গেল না আমার ইকুয়েশনটা, ঠিক আছে? সো দ্যাট ইজ হোয়াট আই ওয়াজ স্পিকিং অ্যাবাউট, আই হোপ দ্যাট ইউ আন্ডারস্টুড, থ্যাংক ইউ।